There are an increasing number of choices and changes in Robbinsdale these days. The city seemingly has something for everyone. We get that story from Eric Nelson.
Downtown Robbinsdale continues to evolve. Take a stroll on West Broadway and you quickly discover there are plenty of options.
It's not only grown, but the variety of shops and restaurants has been very pleasing to us.
From well-known hotspots like the Wicked Wart to future eating locations such as trendy Travail, people are flocking to Birdtown.
I think so. It's a place where people feel comfortable, first of all.
Looks trendy to us, yes, but it's always been where we like to come.
Wicked Wart is a popular brew house and a whole lot more. They are celebrating their 4th year of business this weekend.
It went by really fast.
Owner Steve Carlisle is happy with the progress Wicked Wart has made in the ultra-competitive bar and restaurant business.
They all know me, and I'm shaking everybody's hand, and then they all start knowing each other. And I mean, we've touched a lot of people.
His hands-on, down-to-earth approach is paying off.
Every night, man. I was here last night. This table was full, and that table was full.
Wicked Wart and other restaurants bring a lot of business to Robbinsdale.
Very friendly, very giving kind of atmosphere.
Robbinsdale is very food-centric and is not a cookie-cutter city full of chains.
We like the bakery and the meat market.
They really try to reach the community and they're part of it rather than just somebody selling somebody something.
Other businesses, such as Ace Hardware, are also getting a bounce from bar and restaurant patrons.
Definitely. A lot of times, even when people go there, sometimes there'll be like a 30-minute wait at some of the bars. So they'll come in here, hang around, they usually find something they can't live without.
Yes, downtown Robbinsdale is trending up, which is good news for those who remember when the city wasn't quite so cool.
When we got here, there was a lot of grass in the cracks on the sidewalk, in the parking lot. There's no more. We have enough traffic now to keep everything cleaned up.
I actually remember when I was in high school, it wasn't the greatest area to be in. Kind of had to watch out being around here at dark. Now I'm here for the nightlife all the time myself.
So when you hit the fork in the road here in Birdtown, it doesn't really matter which way you go. There are plenty of eating and shopping options. In Robbinsdale, I'm Eric Nelson, CCX News.
There are plans for a business to spruce up a space that some call the gateway to Osseo. The Osseo Planning Commission approved a site plan application for another story to be added onto the triangular-shaped building at the corner of County Road 81 and Central Avenue. A fire damaged the building in 2008. Now, A to Z Contracting wants to expand in the space. The item will now go to the City Council for approval. Also in development news, the Sweet Taste of Italy building in Crystal will be demolished. The City Council approved a site plan this week for Tumble Fresh Coin Laundry, which its representatives describe as a luxury laundromat. Some neighbors of the property are concerned about noise, especially since the building will be open until 1 a.m. That prompted their council member, Brendan Banks, to be the lone no vote on the motion. Minnesota winter can wreak havoc on the rooftops of homes without proper ventilation and insulation. And local roofing companies say now is the time to worry about the potential for ice dams.
The older the home, the more you're going to experience it. I'm sure we've all heard the story of the 100-year-old house that got renovated, and when they went to tear open the attic, they found newspaper for insulation in there. So that is a factor. We didn't realize as contractors how proper insulation and ventilation affected the home until the last 20 years or so.
When homes don't have proper ventilation and insulation, it can cause heat loss through your roof. That heat loss can melt the snow that's collected on a rooftop and create an ice dam at the end of your roof line. One way to know if you have ice dams is if you see icicles hanging from your gutter. When an ice dam forms, the water can pool and go inside your house, causing severe damage to interior walls and ceilings. Experts say now would be a good time to reach out to a professional for help.
Whether it's a contractor or your local energy company, have them come out and do an inspection or audit of the attic system and verify that you do have the proper insulation and then that you also have the proper ventilation and air sealing in the home. So your attic needs to have both an intake and an outtake for the roof system to ventilate and breathe properly. And if you don't have that, you're going to create a trap for the heat to sit and create that loss through the roof line.
Homeowners can also prevent ice dams by using roof rakes to remove the snow from the edge of a roof line. But experts say to be careful not to scrape all the way down to your shingles because that could create the potential for leaking during summer rainfalls. Well, if the weather has you anxious to do something inside, check out the current exhibit up at the Maple Grove Arts Center.
Well, there's a lot of nature, a lot of beautiful scenery, trees, abstract. Just, look at it and kind of come to your own conclusions.
The Maple Grove Arts Center has a photography show that is up for display until February 28th. The gallery is currently located in the fountains at Arbor Lakes and is open midweek. There are several local artists involved in the photography show. As we go to break, we'll leave you with a glimpse of what you'll see.
Football coach in the area is leaving the game. After 18 seasons as the head coach at Totino-Grace High School, Jeff Ferguson is retiring from coaching. Ferguson compiled 187 wins in those 18 seasons with just 35 losses. His Eagles teams won 8 state championships, including a Class 6A title win over Eden Prairie in 2016. In all, Ferguson has coached football for 42 seasons and says that the time was right for this decision.
You know that there's an end time, and I don't know that there's any science to it. It's maybe a gut feel. And at the end of the last several years, I've kind of thought, yeah, let's keep going. And I've had conversations also with my staff, just kind of get ready because there's an end time here, and I feel really good about where the program's at and also where it's going.
Longtime Eagles offensive coordinator Jay Anderson will take over as the team's head coach, and you can see more of our interview with Jeff Ferguson on our Sports Jam show starting Monday afternoon on CCX. Well, this week marked round 1 of the girls' basketball battles between Hopkins and Wayzata. Number 1 Hopkins was at home against number 2 Wayzata. And UConn women's head coach Gino Ariema and Gophers coach Lindsay Whalen among those in attendance. UConn signee Paige Beckers shows why she's one of the best players in the country. 21 first-half points for Beckers. But the Trojans come ready to play in this one. Annika Stewart, who's headed to Nebraska next year, nails a three-pointer here. The next possession is Stewart from the corner as she scores 9 straight Wayzata points. The Trojans take a 35-32 lead into halftime. Hopkins comes back in the second half, though. Maya Naji gets free in the lane, scores, and is fouled. The sophomore scores 19 in the second half. Elena Contreras provides a spark off the bench for Hopkins. She scores 11 second-half points, including this 3, and the Royals go up by 10. Wayzata hangs in it, though. Jenna Johnson scores and is fouled as Johnson, Stewart, and Mara Braun combine for 72 points for Wayzata. The Trojans get as close as 3 with under 2 minutes left, but Naji scores here as the Royals win their 48th straight game. 87-77 is the final.
I know it's really important for us. I mean, the closest game after this would be 18 points. So I've been asking for a close game for a while now. I'd prefer the blowout, but it makes us learn a lot, and we're going to learn a lot from film, and it definitely gets us ready for March.
The Park Center girls basketball team was upset by Spring Lake Park in last season's Section 5 4A semifinals. The Pirates looked for a little revenge when they played the Panthers at the Target Center this week. Park Center has a 2-point lead in the final seconds of the first half when Adalia McKenzie hits a pro-range 3 for the Pirates. They take a 29-24 lead into halftime. Second half, and Park Center works the ball around to McKenzie, and she hits a three from the left wing. The Pirates' lead grows to 36-24. Then McKenzie comes up with a shot fake and drives the ball hard to the hoop for the layup on her way to a 49-point game. Park Center pulls away for an 80-55 win. The Armstrong boys basketball team is having a very good season. The Falcons shot for their 11th win of the year when they hosted Elk River this week. The Elks are in control in the first half. Parker Benny knocks down the three-pointer here. Then it's Liam Carr with a steal, and he goes all the way for a hoop and a 20-12 Elks lead. Sophomore Benny hits again from long distance, putting the Elks up 27-14. Armstrong battles back after a slow start, though. Adam Bewin finds Dylan Iniger at the top of the key, and he nails a three-pointer. Then Hezekiah Ayawe rips the ball loose to score. It's a 7-0 run to end the half. The Falcons are within 27-21. They continue the momentum in the second half. Ayawe gets the rebound and putback as Armstrong grinds out a 52-45 win.